Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is springtime, and now people are getting busy in the garden. I've said it before, I love to root fig cuttings in spring and summer. You won't need to baby your fig cuttings much. Watching the temperature of the heat or the light. If you're using the bottom heat mat, you have to check the temperature. But in spring and summer, you can just do it the old way. Plant it outside and it will root. You can cut a fig cutting, just stick it in the ground and that's it. Give it water. If it rains, cool. So today's video, I will show you how to root fig cuttings in water in spring. So let me show you how to do it. Today's shout out goes to Eben Outdoors. There was no winner in the last trivia question, so I chose Eben Outdoors to promote this YouTube channel. Visit Eben Outdoors and also subscribe to this channel. And look out for the next trivia question. Here are the cuttings that I'm going to root in water. And there is a reason why I want to root these cuttings in water first before I will transfer them into the soil. Now let me show you this. This is MR. That is Martinica remata variety. If you see the body of these cuttings, it has some spots that will produce roots. So that is the reason why look at this one too. It has a lot of spots for roots to come out of it, to grow out of it. So you can see all these white or brown spots. This one is Azores dark. Azores dark. And this one is Black Madeira. And this one here is Neruciolo de Alba. Now, the reason why I bought this cutting is because the flavor of the fig is very good, but the size of the fig is very small. That is the reason why I'm growing this variety, because of the flavor, not because of the size. If it's because of the size, I will not grow this variety because I don't like small size fig. I prefer medium, large, and extra large size of figs. But because of the flavor, that is the reason I'm rooting this variety. This one here is called Cendrosa variety. There are so many varieties of figs, more than 1,000 varieties of figs. If you don't know, more than 1,000 varieties of figs. So I'm going to root them in water, and when they start producing roots, I will transfer them into the soil. And you can see here that the top has candle wax and the bottom does not have candle wax, because I don't want the fig cuttings to dry from the top. Because while this side will be in the water, it will be fresh. This top will not be. So, but with this candle wax, that will help the cutting not to dry from the top. So, I've divided them into groups that I will put them. Each group will be in the same cup for now. And then when they start producing roots and the roots start growing long, I will separate them. I might leave 2 in 1 cup, 2 in 1 cup when they start producing roots. But for now, as they are in groups, that's how I will put them in the cup. Okay, now this one here, in 1 cup. This 3 here in 1 cup. This 3 here in 1 cup. These 2 small ones in 1 cup. And then this 4 here will be in the same cup. And these 2 here will be in the same cup. So I have 18 cuttings that I'm going to root in water. So I'm going to give them water. Okay. All right, so all the 18 cuttings are going to be in these cups. But as they start producing roots and the roots are growing longer, then I will separate them because I don't want the roots to entangle together. So these are the cuttings that I'm rooting now. So we'll see in the next few weeks the progress of the cuttings. Today, I want to show you the cuttings that I'm rooting in water that I started 11th of March. Today is April 4th. So 3 weeks ago, I started rooting these cuttings in water. Look at them. I started rooting them in water 3 weeks ago. Usually when I'm rooting cuttings, fig cuttings in water, I don't like bringing them out of the water. Because by the time you put them back, you will lose 1 or 2 roots, especially when the roots are not very long. Look at this one here. Look at the root. Now, let me bring this out for you to see. Look at the roots. Look at 3 weeks ago, I started it. And then look at the leaves, the new growth from this same cutting. Look at it. So I'm being careful putting it back. Oh yeah, I've lost few roots. And that's why I don't like bringing it out. Now, let me show you this one here. Look at this one. Look at the roots in this one here. Look at the roots. Now, let me bring it out of the water for you to see. Look at that one there. Wow. Look at. Now, this is what I really want to do. I really want it to grow roots so long like this before putting it in the soil. But one thing that I've discovered is sometimes when you allow the roots to be so long like this before putting in the soil, it affects their transition from water to soil because the roots are long and they are used to the water already. Look at all those ones. But if they are of this size, it's easier to it's easier for them to do well in the soil compared to the ones that are longer. So because of that, now this one, there is a new bump here. There is no growth at the top yet. See, there is no growth yet. And this is MR, that's Martinica remada. Martinica remada. But look at the roots. So, I'm putting it back in the water. Okay. But what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to transfer them into the soil. My plan was to allow them grow roots so long like this one here. But I don't want to take the chances because these roots are very tender and sometimes it affects them when you transfer them into the soil when they're already long. Look at this one here. Now let me shade. See, look at this one here. This one is still good. Now you can see the bottom part. The roots at the bottom here turn to brown. So that's a signal for you to transfer the cutting into the ground before all of these roots become brown. And once they become brown, they are dead. Look at the bottom part started, and before you know it, start becoming brown. It means they are dying. So it's time for me to transfer this cutting into the soil. I'm not going to wait for the roots to be so long. And then look at the new growths. Look at the new growths there. You see? Look at the new growth. So the best thing is to put them in the soil. With this cutting, because today is April 4th, the temperature is warming up every day. So when I put all these cuttings in the soil, I'm going to leave them outside in the sun. But after putting them in the soil, I will leave them in my garden shade for a few days before I will put them out directly in the sun. So, even look at this one right here in my front. Let me show you this. Let me take it out of the cup. Now look at, you see some of the roots are becoming brown. So it's time to transfer it into the soil, and look at new growth already. Look at the new growth. You see? Look at the new growth already. So I'm going to transfer it into the soil before all the roots become brown. Once they become brown, the roots are dead. Once they become brown. So I don't want to lose this good thing that is going on there. So today I'm going to upport it in the soil. And the second one in this cup, look at, does not have much roots yet. So I'm going to leave it in the water for a few more days, or I might just put it in the soil and leave it outside. And this one is this is Cardenillo variety. Cardenillo. So it's not doing well like the other one. You can see it has only few roots yet. Since 3 weeks ago that I put it in the water. So this is what I'm going to do. There are some at the back here. Look at what is going on in the water. You see, they are loaded with roots. But some of the roots are changing colors. So, and that's why I'm not going to let the roots grow so long like this other one here, because they've started turning brown. And sometimes people ask me, how often do you change the water in these containers? As long as the water is not milky, I don't change it. I just keep adding water. And if you look at, I love putting marks. The first time I put it in the cup with water, I will put a mark there to know that is where the water level is. And the moment the water level goes down, I just top it back to that line. You see, I top it and it comes back. You see, so I don't change the water except if the water is milky. Like this one here was milky. I change the water. So every time the water goes milky, I change it. But if it doesn't go milky, I just leave it. Why do you fix what is not damaged? Now look at this one here. This one, I need to change the water because it's milky now. And there's no much root on one of the cuttings. One cutting has roots and the other one doesn't have much roots. So I'm going to change the water. And the one that has much root is Azores Dark. It's Azores Dark that has much root. So I'm going to transfer that into the soil and then leave the other one. The other one is a COA. That's Constantine something Algeria. COA. So this one, because I'm going to leave the COA variety, I'm going to change the water because it's milky already. I'm going to change it. So I just want you to see the cutting that I started 3 weeks ago. You can see this. So look at that growth. Look at that growth there. So I'm going to transfer them into the soil, into black container with soil and perlite, and I will show you guys after transferring them into the soil and then leave them outside so that nature will continue its work. I don't need light. I don't need to use light on them. No, this is April. I put them in containers and then just leave them outside. And that's it. So let me take you guys outside to see how it looks in a new container. So I've put them in my 1-gallon containers. So I'm going to leave them in here maybe for about a week for those roots to get used to the soil, because in here they will get about 1 hour or 2 hours sun a day for the next 1 week. And then after then, I will take them outside where they will have sun for half a day, maybe for another 1 week, so that they get used to the hot weather gradually. Because the weather inside it isn't as hot as the weather outside. So this is it. I'm looking forward to have fruits from them this year. I've experienced that before. I've done it before. Last year, I rooted fig cuttings and I got fruit from some of them. So I'm looking forward. Like the ones that produce Briba, there's no Briba for them this year till next year. But main crop, yes. I'm looking forward to some of them. Today is April 4th. So by the end of April, they should be doing good. So June, hopefully by June they will be in bigger containers so their roots can. So I'm looking forward to get figs from some of these cuttings that you are looking at here. Oh yeah. Trivia question. Number 1. How many cuttings am I rooting in this video? Question 2. What date did I transfer the cuttings to the soil? Question 3. Name one of the varieties that I am rooting. The winner of this trivia time will secure a place in the next shout out in the next video, and it's only for my subscribers. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you cannot participate in the trivia time. So if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel now and click on the notification bell. So every time I upload new video, you'll be notified so you can watch the video and be the first person to get the answer correctly. Thank you for watching this video. And I want to appreciate all of my subscribers. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you all. And I will see you again in my next video. God bless you real good. Bye.